Heavily armored hostile detected.
Get the hell out! Going down!
If you guys are interested in being a member, then click the join button down below to check out the available perks. I believe the first tier is only $1. Thank you to those of you who choose to join. Welcome to another Division 2 build breakdown video. In today's video I bring you a control point speedrun build that doesn't require a shield at all. I know many of you have grown tired of shields, some of you to the point where whenever you see a shield being used in a video you get triggered and assume the build's 100% shield reliant. Even if it's said in the video that it's an optional skill, it's almost like people are offended by the mere sight of the shield. So in order not to trigger anybody and to help you guys enjoy the content a little bit more, today's footage won't include a single shield. Now we got that out of the way, let's talk about today's build. Today's build is a build capable of clearing some heroic control points in under 3 minutes, but averages around 3 to 4 minutes. I'll leave a 2-minute 40-second clearance at the end of this video. Today's build is a run and gun build, and there is no better set in the game to help you do that than the Hunter's Fury gear set. It offers so much damage that you could afford to lack in crit chance and crit damage and still put out ridiculous numbers. Now typically most Hunter's Fury builds are 4-piece with a chest and bag talent, and the mods are crit chance or crit damage. But with today's build that's not the case. As we won't be using a shield and we're going against a lot of elite NPCs, I've opted to go down the protection from elites route in order to aid our survivability. I recommend staying as close to the 50% protection from elite mark as you can. Protection from elites combined with 30% bonus armor on kill, 20 to 30% armor on kill depending on the specialization you use, 100% health on kill and 3% armor regen will give us all the survivability we need. Now in order to gain that survivability we need to kill. In order to kill fast we need a high amount of damage. That's where a combination of weapon damage, crit damage and amplified damage come into play. Today's damage stats with all buffs active look like this: 6% armor damage, 44% crit chance, 106% critical hit damage and 202% weapon damage. Now I know some of you will be thrown off because the crit chance and crit damage number is pretty low, but what you need to remember is this build has such high weapon damage paired with amplified damage that it majorly boosts our base damage and crit damage numbers. So much so that we are hitting armored NPCs for 308k base damage. That's blue or white numbers as 637k plus crits to the body. In fact, we're hitting so hard that we could afford to drop red cores and add more blue cores to the build. What also makes this build great is the status effect on kill that applies to all enemies within 5 meters, which makes running and gunning so much easier. Status effects are a great way to stop NPCs from damaging you, so with that said, although Hunter's Fury gives us a status effect on kill, I'd say adding more status effects to your arsenal will only benefit you. When it comes to what skills to use, I find these skills to be the best options. First up we had the drone because it serves as a great distraction and when it kills, most of your on-kill bonuses proc. Up next we had the bouncy pulse as it disorientates NPCs in the same way the gear set does, except the duration is longer. Next we have the shock trap, which is also a good one to use as you can throw it in spawn areas, keeping the NPCs in close proximity, allowing you to clear areas faster. And finally guys, we had the firefly, which blinds the enemies for around 5 to 7 seconds. Now we have spoken a little bit about the build and I've shown some of what it's capable of. A quick reminder before we get into the build breakdown: if you guys are subscribed, don't forget to smash that like button and leave a comment down below, as interaction really helps push our video into the recommended section, in turn helping the channel grow, and I can't grow without you guys, so your support is very much appreciated. With that said, let's get into the build breakdown. So starting off with the specialization, we're using the survivalist. That is just so we get the 10% protection from elites. You can use the gunner specialization as well, as another great one to use, has a lot of utility within that specialization, so I switch between those two. So we're going to move on to the prime weapon guys, and we have the Lady Death. 88k base damage, 900 RPM, 32 in a mag, pretty good rolls. We had the Breathe Free talent giving us all that amplified damage. Looking at the attachments real quick, we have 10% critical hit chance on the scope, we have 5% critical hit damage on the muzzle, the grip gives us 500% melee damage, which I rarely ever make use of, and then the magazine gives us 10% reload speed. Moving on to the secondary, and I have my favoured SIG MPX as always with close and personal. All the attachments I believe are decked out in crit chance, as you can see there, and then the magazine gives us the extra 20 rounds. Moving on to the gear pieces now, guys. We have the Hunter's Fury mask. Hunter's Fury gives us 15% shotgun damage, 15% SMG damage. The 3-piece gives us 20% armor on kill and 100% health on kill. Moving on to the 4-piece, we have Apex Predator. Enemies within 15 meters receive a debuff, amplifying your weapon damage against them by 20%. Killing a debuffed enemy with your weapon disorientates other enemies within 5 meters and amplifies your weapon damage by 5% for 10 seconds, stacks up to 5 times. As you can see, we have 15% weapon damage, 12% critical hit damage and 12% protection from elites via mod. You can get 13% mods. I have still yet to come across a 13% mod, but I do know they're out there. I have seen them, guys, so you farm hard enough, I'm sure you'll find them. Moving on to our chest piece, we have the Hunter's Fury chest piece, and most people would go for a brand set with another talent on there, but I decided to go with the Hunter's Fury because it gives us endless hunger, increases duration of Apex Predator stacks from 10 seconds to 30 seconds, so we can hold that 25% amplified damage for 30 seconds, and you just keep stacking it. You'll be able to keep it for a lot longer. It gives you a lot more consistent damage. We have 13.1% weapon damage, 12% critical hit damage and 12% protection from elites via mod. Moving on to the holster, Hunter's Fury holster, and we have 15% weapon damage and 12% critical hit damage. The backpack, of course, the memento, just perfection for run and gun builds. We have 50% weapon damage, 160k armor, 1 skill tier, and 12% protection from elites. We have the kill confirmed talent, and we'll be gaining 30% bonus armor for every trophy we pick up, and 20% weapon damage. Moving on to our gloves now, the last piece of Hunter's Fury, we have 170k armor, max roll on armor, and 10.2% critical hit damage. And finally, our knee pads, which is improvised gear, 170k armor, which I rolled on there, 4.2% critical hit chance, 10.3% critical hit damage, and a mod slot giving us 12% protection from elites. Moving on to our skills, we had the striker drone. You guys know I use the striker drone, I said earlier on in the video. Up next, we had the shock trap, and I use this to close off areas as well as spawn trap. A really good skill, regardless of how weak it is at tier 1. It really is effective, especially when it comes to heroic control points. And that is pretty much it for the build, guys. We're going to go over the stats real quick. As you can see, we have 44.7% crit chance, 106.5% critical hit damage, to 70% headshot damage. We also have 6% armor damage. Now, again, you guys are going to look at those numbers and go, what the hell is that? That's not what matters. What matters is the weapon damage number. We have so much weapon damage, amplified damage coming from this build that it boosts our crit damage numbers, although we still will only be getting 44% of those crits. Trust me, guys, it's worth it. This build does more than enough damage and it shreds absolutely everything. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed the build, the video. Don't forget to watch the footage at the end of the video. If you enjoyed it, smash that like button, leave a comment down below. I'll reply like I always do. And with that said, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out, Mob Squad.
Hostile broadcast picked up.
That guy off me! No! And me!
Heavily armored hostile detected.
Where's your ammo? Get the hell out! We're going down!
Control point secured. Well done.
Friendly combatants nearby. Reinforcements en route. Incoming hostiles detected.
I see it! Bring light to the darkness! Oh, fuck!